Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Math for Me and You. Let's learn maths together.
Hello, I am Sindhu Suresh. In this video, we are discussing factorization of cubic polynomials in a very easy way. What is a cubic polynomial? A cubic polynomial is a polynomial of the form ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a not equal to 0, x with maximum power 3. If the coefficients are real numbers, we can factorize the cubic polynomial as the product of a linear polynomial and a quadratic polynomial. Linear means x having power 1, quadratic means x having highest power 2. How can we factorize a cubic polynomial? We can do this by using the following 3 steps. Step number 1, by trial and error find the first factor, that means the linear factor. Step number 2, divide the polynomial, that is the cubic polynomial, by this factor to get the quadratic polynomial. Step 3, factorize the quadratic polynomial. Let's practice some questions. Consider a cubic polynomial x cube plus 2x square minus x minus 2. You can see this polynomial in standard form. Now we are going to start from step number 1. What is step number 1? By trial and error method, find the first factor, linear factor. To get this first linear factor, we use either factor theorem or remainder theorem. For that, we substitute the values 1, minus 1, 2, minus 2, or 3 or minus 3 for x. And if we could get the polynomial becomes 0 at any of these values, we would say the root of the polynomial is that value. For example, if we put x equals a and we get the answer p of a equals 0, we can say a is a root or x minus a is a factor. Now we are going to substitute 1 for x in this polynomial, and if we would get the answer is 0, we say 1 is a root. Otherwise, we go for x equals minus 1. Okay, let's start. Substitute 1 for x. So we get the polynomial becomes 1 cube plus 2 times 1 square minus 1 minus 2. You can see here I have replaced x with 1 and I kept this value in a bracket. What answer we get? 1 cube is 1 plus 2 times 1 square is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2 minus 1 minus 2. 1 minus 1. Opposite values. So we could cancel. 2 minus 2 also cancel. What answer we get? Here we get 0. At x equals 1, the polynomial becomes 0. That means x equals 1 is a root of this polynomial. So what about the factor? How can we write the factor? We can write the factor x minus 1. If 1 is a root, then x minus that number, x minus 1 is a factor. So the first step is over. We got the factor, linear factor, and that is x minus 1. In the beginning of this video, it's mentioned that factors of cubic polynomial is equal to product of linear factor and quadratic factor. So now linear factor is ready. Next we have to find quadratic factor. For that we are moving on to step number 2. Divide the cubic polynomial by this factor to get the quadratic polynomial. So we are going to divide the polynomial with x minus 1. How to divide? Here the given polynomial is x cube plus 2x square minus x minus 2, which is in standard form. If it is not in standard form, we have to write it in standard form. Now we can start division. First we will write the coefficient of each of its terms. First term x cube, so the coefficient is 1. Next is 2, and the next coefficient is minus 1, and the last constant is minus 2. Now we know that we have to divide with the factor x minus 1. That means outside we will write the root x minus 1. So what is the root? 1. Let's start the step. First coefficient we write same as it is. We write it down. We copy 1 same as it is. Next, the root, that is 1, diagonally multiply with 1 and write the result under the next coefficient. 1 times 1 is 1. We write it down. Add these two numbers, 2 plus 1. We get the answer 3. We write it down. Repeat the same step. Root, that is 1, multiply with the new number 1 times 3 and write it under the next coefficient.
What is the next coefficient? Minus 1. So 1 times 3, we write it down. Get the total. Minus 1 plus 3 is 2. Again, multiply diagonally. 1 times 2. Write the result under the next number. 1 times 2, we write the answer under the next number, minus 2. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0. So that cancelled. The remaining numbers are the coefficients of the quadratic polynomial. So we can write the quadratic polynomial. 1 is the first number. So 1 is the coefficient of x square. 1x square means x square plus 3x plus 2. We get the quadratic polynomial. With this step 2 finished, next is step 3, factorize the quadratic polynomial. We have already studied how to factorize quadratic polynomial. I posted already a video about this and I could provide you the link in the description box. Okay, here the factors of x square plus 3x plus 2 are x square, the factors x and x, and factors of 2 are 2 and 1. So the factors of this polynomial we can write x plus 2 and x plus 1. All the terms are positive, so we get x plus 2 and x plus 1. If you need, you can write these factors up and down and then cross multiply and check the x term. Or see here, from first bracket we multiply the constant and the second bracket x, and first bracket x multiply with the constant in the second bracket. Then also we can check whether the middle term we are getting or not. 2x plus 1x is 3x, yes we are getting, and the constant 2 times 1 is the answer 2 we are getting. So the factors of x square plus 3x plus 2 are x plus 2 and x plus 1. Now we have got the factors of this quadratic polynomial as x plus 2 and x plus 1. In the question we have got a cubic polynomial. For a cubic polynomial there are 3 factors. The first one already we have got by trial and error method, that is x minus 1, and now we are getting 2 more factors. So total we got 3 factors. We can write the final result. The polynomial, given polynomial x cube plus 2x square minus x minus 2. The factors of this polynomial are x minus 1, x plus 2 and x plus 1. Next we gonna factorize this cubic polynomial x cube plus 6x square plus 11x plus 6. First step, we need the linear factor. For that we try whether 1 or minus 1, 2 or minus 2 or 3 or minus 3, which is the root of this polynomial. To get the root or 0 of the polynomial, we substitute the values one by one. At what value when we get 0, we consider that is the root of this polynomial. 1, no need to substitute because we know all the terms are positive. If we put or substitute 1, the value will be add up and so we don't get 0. So I am not going to put here 1 for x. Next we are going to try with minus 1. Substitute minus 1 for x. We get minus 1 the whole cube plus 6 times minus 1 the whole square plus 11 times minus 1 plus 6. What answer we get? We have to check. Minus 1 power 3 is minus 1 plus 6 times minus 1 square is 6 times 1, that is 6, plus 11 times minus 1 is minus 11 plus 6. Minus 1 and minus 11 together minus 12. 6 plus 6, 12. So here we get minus 12 plus 12, that is equal to 0. When we substitute minus 1 for x, we are getting the answer or the polynomial reduces to 0. What is the meaning? Here the meaning is minus 1 is a root of this polynomial. So we can write what is the factor. If minus 1 is a root, x minus minus 1 is a factor. That means x plus 1 is a factor. So here we get the first linear factor, that is x plus 1. Second step, we have to divide the given cubic polynomial with x plus 1. For that what we will do? We will write the coefficients and make sure the given polynomial is in standard form. Here it is in standard form. Now we have to write down the coefficient and they are 1, 6, 11 and 6. Divide by the root. Which is the root? Minus 1. So we have to divide with minus 1. First step, we will write 1 same as it is and then diagonally multiply with the root. Minus 1 times 1. The answer right under the second coefficient. So here we write minus 1 under 6. Get the total. 6 minus 1, that is 5. Again, multiply diagonally. Minus 1 times 5, minus 5. So we write under 11. 11 minus 5, what answer we get? 6. Then multiply with minus 1 diagonally. Minus 1 times 6 is minus 6. Write under 6. Get the total. 6 minus 6 equal 0. And the remaining numbers are the coefficient of this quadratic polynomial which we are going to find. So we can write the quadratic polynomial as x square plus 5x plus 6. Now the third step, we have to factorize x square plus 5x plus 6. What are the factors? Factors of x square are x and x, and factors of 6, 2 and 3 or 1 and 6. The correct factors here are matching factors 2 and 3 because the total we need to get 5. With the 2 and 3 it would be possible. So we write x plus 2 and x plus 3 are the factors of this polynomial. And make sure whether the factors are correct or not. Cross multiply first constant with the second x term and first x term with the second bracket constant. So the total x term 2x plus 3x we are getting 5x. 2 times 3 we get 6. So the factors of the polynomial, quadratic polynomial are x plus 2 and x plus 3. Already we have got x plus 1 is a factor of this cubic polynomial. Now we got x plus 2 and x plus 3 are also the factors. So combining we get the factors of the given polynomial x cube plus 6x square plus 11x plus 6 are x plus 1, x plus 2 and x plus 3. Now we are going to factorize the cubic polynomial 2x cube minus x square minus 13x minus 6. Here x cube with the coefficient 2. But we use the same method. First we will try which is the first root, 1 or minus 1, 2 or minus 2 or 3 or minus 3. When we substitute x equals 1, we get 2 times 1 cube minus 1 square minus 13 times 1 minus 6. That means 2 times 1 cube is 2 minus 1 minus 13 minus 6. See, we are not getting the answer 0. So this is not equal to 0. 1 is not a root. Now try with minus 1. Substitute minus 1 for x. Then we get 2 times minus 1 power 3 minus minus 1 whole square minus 13 times minus 1 minus 6. What answer we get? 2 times negative 1, it is minus 2 minus 1 square is 1 minus 13 times minus 1 is plus 13 minus 6. Here also the value is not equal to 0. So we can write this is not equal to 0. That means minus 1 is also not a root. Try with 2. When x equals 2, what answer we get from the polynomial? What answer we are going to get? 2 times 2 cube minus 2 square minus 13 times 2 minus 6. 2 times 2 cube, 2 times 8, that is 16. Minus 4 minus 13 times 2 is minus 26 minus 6. Here also we are not getting the answer equal 0. So this is not equal to 0. 2 is not a root. Now try x equals minus 2. Find the value of the polynomial at x equals minus 2. 2 times minus 2 the whole cube minus 2 the whole square minus 13 times minus 2 minus 6. This is equal to 2 times minus 8. It is minus 16 minus 2 square is 4 minus times minus plus 26. 13 times 2 is 26 minus 6. When we collect the negative terms, we get minus 16 minus 4 minus 6 is minus 26. Minus 26 plus 26 is 0. That means we can say minus 2 is a root of this polynomial. And if we get the root, we can write the factor. How can we write the factor? X minus minus 2 is the factor, or we can write x plus 2 is a linear factor for this cubic polynomial. So the first factor is x plus 2. What is the next step? We have to write down the coefficients and divide with minus 2, the root, and then get the quadratic polynomial. So we can write the coefficient of the given cubic polynomial. They are 2, minus 1, minus 13 and minus 6. Divide with minus 2 because the root is minus 2. What is the first step? We will copy down the first coefficient same as it is. So we write 2 down. Next is diagonal multiplication. Minus 2 times 2 is minus 4. The result we write under the next coefficient minus 1 and get the total. Minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. Again multiply diagonally. Minus 2 times minus 5 plus 10 we get. Write this result under minus 13. See, very easy, and get the total. Minus 13 plus 10, it is minus 3. Diagonally multiply with minus 2. Minus 2 times minus 3 is plus 6. So we get the result 6 minus 6 equal 0. Now the remaining are the coefficients of the quadratic polynomial. So we could write the quadratic polynomial as 2x square minus 5x minus 3. What is the next step? We need to factorize this quadratic polynomial. We can open two brackets, simple brackets, and now factorize 2x square. The factors are 2x and 1x. 2x in first bracket, x in second bracket. Here I am going to use the cross multiplication method. For that, write the factors up and down. We write the first factor 2x and a number up and x and another number down. Which number? The factors of 3. The factors of 3 are 1 and 3. We could write here 1 and 3. If the result after cross multiplication is not 5x, just write 2x with 3 and x with 1. Okay, here now we cross multiply. 2x times 3 is 6x, x times 1 is 1x. How could we get minus 5x? If we keep negative with the large number 6, then we get negative 6x and 1x becomes negative 5x. That means if we change 3 as negative 3 and 1 as plus 1, we get the result negative 5x. See, if we multiply the first terms of the factors 2x and x, we get the first term in the quadratic polynomial. 1 times negative 3, we get the last term of the quadratic polynomial, and after cross multiplication we get the middle term. That means the correct factors of 2x square minus 5x minus 3 are 2x plus 1 and x minus 3. Already we have got x plus 2 is the factor of the given cubic polynomial. Now we can write these three factors together. So we get the factors of 2x cube minus x square minus 13x minus 6 are x plus 2, 2x plus 1 and x minus 3. Hope you understand what we have practiced over here. And if you like this video, please share and subscribe to my channel. See you with more useful videos. Thank you.